Good evening. My name is Ajuri Ngelale, and you are most welcome to Africa's Future Leaders. This week on the program, it is our privilege to introduce you to a young innovator who has turned a lack of employment opportunity in Nigeria into an expanding enterprise which employs young Nigerians. Her name is Nneamaka Nwosisi, and she is changing perceptions about what is possible in Nigerian fashion and retail. This is her story. Good morning, Amaka.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
It's good to be here.
Thank you so much.
So this is the showroom?
Yes, welcome to my PC collection.
Thank you very much. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the pieces here? You know, where you got the inspiration from?
Oh, this is our latest piece. This is the last bag we designed for the year. This is called the Aboma bag. So we have a bigger one and a smaller one. I actually was going for a wedding and I needed a cute bag with a top handle that I could mix. So this is not the very first one I made. I made the first one with like a blue leather. Like I know another customer is going to work in and say, oh, I want it bigger, or like we've had people asking us, oh, does it have handles? Because we want to be able to sling it while you're wearing it.
Sure.
And then I've made it with I've made this handle with a handle base that I can actually just attach a hook. So I'm going to have to open this bag up and recreate something. So maybe put a handle space in here so people can sling it, and then they can also remove it and wear it like a top handle bag.
And a very adaptable bag. One of the very unique aspects of not just the showroom but your products at large is that these are made in Nigeria.
Handmade in Abuja, Nigeria.
Wow.
All of them. And not just handmade, like I mostly try to emphasize, we are still hand cutting. We're in the process of buying our very first cutting machine. It's not a very cheap machine, but we're still hand cutting with scissors and shear. So it's amazing what we're able to do, just cutting by hand, and I can imagine what we're going to be able to do when we're able to get our cutting machine.
And my understanding is that you're able to bring some of these materials from different parts of the country as well.
Yes, it's very proper, genuine leather. It's made in Kano, it's dyed, it's tanned. It is a tannery that make it in Kano that we buy from. And I had to actually buy a scavenging machine because the thickness of this to sew, it's very thick. I had to buy a scavenging machine. A scavenging machine is a machine that reduces the thickness of the leather so you can actually sew the edges. You know, I had to buy a tanning machine, a scavenging machine just for this bag. Wow. Literally, but because people love it. It's made in Nigeria, it's very thick, it's durable, it will last the test of time.
Fantastic.
Yeah, literally. So this is Kanu, and then I get this from Aba. They're all imported from all parts of the world. And hopefully the dream is that someday we'll be able to make our own leather. Because these are the affordable versions of leather. The Nigerian leather is literally one of the most expensive things we have in store. Wow. Funny enough, yes.
What I'm seeing here is quite a bit of innovation in terms of, I'm seeing that you've tried to really put a unique stamp on products that people already know. And I know a big part of your ability to do that has to do with what happens behind this door. Can you take us behind this door and show our viewers what that's about?
Come see where all the magic happens.
Yeah.
Main magic. Okay, so I'll take you to my first sewing room. This is where we sew most of the parts of the bags after they've been coupled or made. And Friday here. Friday is one of my main staff, or rather he actually manages production. He's been with me since inception. So he came to my house as my gate man, and then when I started the business, he joined me. Obviously, he saw what I was doing and gained interest, and then we started. So he was my first employee, and he's still here. So this, we're talking 2011. So we're trying to he's trying to sew parts of this bag. So this is actually, this bag still in pieces. So they're all, obviously parts are all gathered. So this is like a pocket inside, the phone pocket, and this other machine we just use for our leather. It's a scarving machine. It reduces the thickness of leather. So say this leather, you want a flap, oh, this is already coupled, but it's not sewn. So we're going to still sew this in a couple machine. But the scarving machine, what it does is to reduce the thickness of the leather. So we can actually now be able to sew them, because if it's so thick, then our needles are breaking. We can't get it to be we can't get it sewn easily. Then we cannot also fold these parts to get this inside and then get it all neat and tidy the way you see it done now. This is Chineye. She's also been with me for about 4 years. So she's trying to sew the pockets. So this is the zipper pockets. This is where zip comes in a bag when it's done. So these are the linings, and then they're going to be attaching a zip in here. So this is an inside pocket of a bag. So this is still the process. So everybody is doing different pieces and parts at the same time. Say I'm done with this bag and I want to stone, or I want to brand. So like when we do souvenirs for corporate gifts or for different organizations, we use this machine to actually stone or then brand the logo. So this comes down like this. It's not on, it's tight, and then this button as well is not plugged in. When it's plugged in, and obviously the light comes on, the switches or whatnot, and then it starts to heat, and then you can use it to actually stone or brand anything. So somebody's doing, so like a wedding, if he weds, if Gochuku or whatever, we use it to brand the inscription of what the event is for. Okay, so I'll take you to the second sewing room where we do a lot of our sewing work as well. We're working on some of our leather bags. So he's working on the Efuru bag. And then this is Shadrach. He was my 4th employee. So he's a gate man that was in my estate. And then when they saw what we were doing, because I started this from the front porch of my house, he asked that he wanted to be employed. He's a family man, and then I took him on. He's an artist, actually. He draws a lot. So when I heard he was an artist, I thought, oh, it seems to be very useful, because he's going to be very okay with actually cutting. I needed a lot of people who knew how to cut and cut in straight lines, because everything has to be perfect. So he is working on the Efuru bag. These are some bags you've seen on the shop floor. So he's trying to sew the panels round, and then it's still going to be attached to the main body. This is my store, so my leather store. So this is actually real leather skin from Kanu. So this is what it is before we start turning it. And very strong, very strong. And so this is from Kanu, and then this is some of my skin. This is the PU leather ones. This is how they come before we now start putting all the foam and everything we have to make it strong. So this is from Aba. I get this ones from Aba. A good number of them from Aba, literally Aba and Lagos. And then these are our fibers and foam. The fibers actually come from Lagos.
And that's like the substance of each bag.
So the forms. So this is a main body of a bag before it gets the flaps.